Oh, yes. Ma'am, can we start now? Ma'am's thing is frozen. Will I freeze it? Regina, I think she's getting internet. Ma'am, should we start now?
Yeah.
So, dear teachers, we have with us now Dr. Prabodhita Roychoudhury. Ma'am is teaching computers and masters in computers in St. Anthony's College, and she is really one of the initiators of how to start with Moodle in the college, and St. Anthony's College has been using it very dynamically, and that is why St. Anthony's College is at the top of the NIRF ranking, you know, in Meghalaya and even in other states of Northeast. It has quite a high rank. So we're very proud, ma'am, to have you here in the faculty induction program, and we have as many as 55 participation for this FIP. All new entrant teachers who are here to learn and then, you know, to understand the demands of the NEP 2020, especially in this online teaching, the blended teaching. So we know that Moodle is one of the LMS platform that is very user friendly, but of course, since many of the teachers are so new to it, so though we have given them, you know, a gradual exposure to the Moodle environment, because I'm also using that, so they at least know how it looks like. But now, like, it'll be nice, like with your help, you know, to have that hands-on working in how they can make the best use out of these features that is being offered by Moodle. So thank you so much, ma'am, for always accepting our invitation, and with your expertise, you know, it will really build on the technological skills of our participants. So I now hand over the session to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Gwenda. And it's always a pleasure to come and give these sessions for NEHU HRDC, and to interact with so many new teachers from all across. And there's always something I get to learn in every session. I also get to learn something or the other, thanks to the interaction. And so I'd like to welcome all the participants to this, to my session. So like ma'am has said, it has become now almost, I mean, we cannot escape from online teaching and learning. So it is a reality, and the better equipped we are with the different tools and the different resources that are available, the better equipped we will be to handle the challenges that will come with NEP and the new education system. So at the very beginning, let me just say wish everybody, all the participants, a happy new year, and I hope we will have a good session. So today, my topic, which I have been asked to demonstrate, is on the Moodle learning management system, which, as ma'am has said, you have already been introduced to. And let me say that in the very beginning, I am no expert as such in Moodle. I am only a user. I have been using Moodle for quite some time now. So maybe I just know a little bit more than you. So I'll just like to share my experiences, my learning, what I have learned in Moodle. I just like to share it with you all. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the question box, or you can just ask me anytime. Okay. And if I know the answer, I will try to answer it. Okay. So I would like this session to be a hands-on session. So if you are, it would be better if you are using either a laptop or a desktop. Okay. Then you can just follow whatever I'm showing here in your own machine. And in case you are using your mobile phone to look at, for the session, then also it's okay. You may not be able to follow hands-on, but you just have a look, and then you at least you will know that these are the things which are possible. And then whenever next time you get a chance to sit with a machine, with a computer, you will be able to try out. I'm sure the recordings of all these sessions will be made available to you. So both ways, even if you're not being able to follow hands-on, it's perfectly fine. So Moodle. So Moodle is a learning management system, as you have come to know already. And it is one of the oldest and most widely used learning management systems across the world. So many leading universities, colleges, they have been using Moodle for quite some time. And although in the beginning, it might look a little bit difficult, or the learning curve is a little bit steeper, but I'm sure if you try, you will get used to it. Okay. And we have all, I think most of you have used the Google Classroom.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So in the last years, Google Classroom has become very popular. So it's just a little bit similar to your Google Classroom only, but there is a lot more things that you can do using Moodle. So since as ma'am has said that you have already registered yourself you have already created a Moodle website under Genomia. So you can, those of you who have access to your laptop or desktop can just go into that, and I'll start sharing my screen. So I also have made my website or my Moodle site on using Genomia. So let me just go there. Okay, let me start sharing my screen. So is my screen visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is a session. This is a course that I created today, Nehu session, Jan 2023. This is the course, and then it has got 3 topics: quiz, assignments and discussion forum, and H5P. So these are some of the other sessions that we'll have. So in today's session, I will be discussing about the quiz component, the quiz activity under Moodle. So I have just put it just to separate out all these. I have just put it as a different topic. Okay. So using a learning management system, there are lots of things that we can do. And the first step to using a learning management system, this easiest thing that we normally use it for is for sharing content. So like, suppose I have made a PowerPoint presentation, which I would like to share with my students, or I have some notes which I would like to share with my students. In that case, I can create a course and I can upload all these materials, the contents, and share it with all my students. But that way it becomes only, if I use Moodle only for this purpose, then it becomes very restricted, because I am not allowing the students to interact with the system at all. I'm simply uploading some notes and my students are accessing the notes from there. But along with that, if we
Ma'am.
Yes.
Hello. If we are
Hello. Yes. I'm listening. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, that day when we were introduced to Moodle by Ma'am Kwenda,
Yeah.
I was able to log in to the Genomio.
Yeah.
But today, ma'am, I'm unable to log in with the username and password given by Ma'am Kwenda. So, ma'am, that day I was able to log in. Today, I'm not able to log in, ma'am.
That I am not sure which I'm sure you must have received an email.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Genomio,
Yes, ma'am.
from
Yes, ma'am.
Genomio, no? So there,
Yes, ma'am.
if you open that email and you click on that link, there is a link called with something called site, I think.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
If you click on that, it will try clicking on that.
I did click, ma'am. Log in to kwendarissagenomio.com. I've typed in my username and the password given by ma'am herself, but
Yes.
I'm not able to log in. Invalid login. Please try again.
Okay. I think it could be because where you were not given individual login names. No, you can just try again. Just check the. I think that it was admin. Was it admin?
Can I suggest?
Username?
Hello, ma'am.
No, ma'am. It's our own email ID.
Okay. I am not sure what settings ma'am had used for that, but what you can do is, I think, try with it again.
Yeah, I did, ma'am. I did. As you were speaking, I did try it. Ma'am, do I contact Ma'am Kwenda personally? Because I would like to do hands-on, like you said.
Yeah,
that day I was able to log in. Today, I don't know, ma'am, but I've been trying since the start of the session.
Yeah, I think that would be better because I don't have the control over that.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. So sorry to bother you, ma'am.
No problem. It could be something with the username only, the same, or the password. You have not changed?
No, ma'am. No change.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So let us move ahead with let's see how we can, what are the different types of activities that we can incorporate in Moodle so that we can involve the students better in using this learning management system. So first of all,
hello, ma'am.
yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am.
Ma'am,
my question is, I'm creating my Moodle website, right?
Yeah.
So when I have shared something to my students, so where they will get their in their email ID? In their
No.
mail?
Yeah. Okay. Let me address this first. So see, when you are creating your website for Moodle, okay, like suppose you use Genomio, you have got a URL in the email, you will get a URL like this. Let me just show you mine. Okay, let me just stop this share. I will just share my email here. So I had got something like this. 1 second. Yeah, I got something like this. Okay, you must have also received an email like this. Welcome to Genomio. Your Moodle site is https://Moodle test. This is mine, the one I created. So it is giving me this. So what you can do is you can give this URL to your students. You can share this URL to your students. Okay.
Okay.
And then you will have to create users. You have to create usernames for your students there in the course. So you will create a username once you enroll the students in your into your course. You create your course, you enroll the students. So the students will also have a username and a password. So once they have that, they can use this website. They will just go to this link, and then they will use their own username and password, and then they will get access to your course contents. So you will have to share this particular link with them. And also you have to make them, you have to create student accounts for them in Moodle. So have I answered your question, your query?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let us go back to this. The URL, if you don't share, then the students will have no way of accessing your website. So first of all, first thing is sharing the URL, the link. Okay. We all of us, we take some test after teaching a particular content. We all take some tests. Some of us, we take multiple choice quiz, or sometimes we use different types of questions, short answers, long answers. So assessment is a very important part of any teaching learning process. So in using Moodle, how do we achieve assessment? How do we perform our assessment task? So one such way is through the use of a quiz. So usually a quiz will contain some small number of questions, which may be of different formats, maybe multiple choice, maybe short answer, maybe match the following, true and false, and so on. So using Moodle, we can create a quiz. So let us see how in this session, let's see how we can create a quiz. So for that, in your website, in your Moodle site, you can just you go to anything, and then now, because I'm going to add some new content, I will switch on the edit mode. You can see this edit mode at the top. This edit mode is here.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you can
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, you make it on. So when you switch this on, edit mode on, then you'll see the screen looks like slightly different.
Yeah.
And under the topic, I have made a topic called quiz. You can make also if you want. Otherwise, you can make it under the regular general section. Under the general section also you can make. So there is this option.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
There is this option, add an activity or resource. So add an activity or resource. So our quiz is an activity. So we will click here. Please stop me if I'm going too fast, okay? So just let me know. So we'll click here, add an activity or resource.
Ma'am.
Yes.
I have a query. Yes, I have created the account, but I have not added any code. So can I still do this with you?
Yeah, you can create a course. I think that has been already shown in a previous session.
Yeah, it was shown. Yeah, but
yeah.
Okay, so means it is necessary to create a course and enroll student to do this activity now.
Yes, you have to create a course first.
Okay.
And then under that particular course, you have to create these different activities.
Okay.
So if you have created, you have the content, you have the site, then you first make a course, create a course, a simple course, and then you go and create a quiz inside it.
Okay.
So you find that all these activities and resources are all listed out here. You can see assignment, book, chat, and so many things are there. So there are basically two groups: resources. Resources are some content that we share with our students, maybe a book, maybe a file, maybe a URL. Okay, all these are resources. And activities are under the activities tab. You can see that these are some of the activities that the students can participate in. So we have things like assignment, feedback, chat, quiz. All these are activities. So since we are going to create an activity, a quiz activity, so we will select quiz out here. So as you can see, this is a quiz. Add a new quiz. So we will click on this quiz. So this gives me the page where I can add a new quiz. So a quiz is basically, it's a test. All right. So this test should have, I will first give the settings for the test. So first of all, I give a name of the test. This is compulsory. As you can see, there is a mark out here, red colored symbol. As you can see, this says that it is required. If you bring your mouse pointer near it, you will be able to see it says required. So you have to give a name. So you can give any name. Let me call it for simplicity, test 1. Okay. So this is the test 1, quiz 1. Then comes description. Description does not have that red mark, so it is not mandatory. So if you want to give a description of what this course test is about, you can do so. So you can write some description about this test if you want. Okay. Otherwise, we'll move to the next. We'll scroll down and then we'll see this. The next thing is timing. So if you just click on timing, this says about the timing of the quiz. When do you want to start the quiz and when do you want to close the quiz? Okay. So as you can see, open the quiz. The first option is open the quiz. So when do you want the quiz to be available? So I say I want it to be available from this time, 23rd January to 2023, 11:36. Okay, so I want it to be available from this time. So I'll click on this, enable. There's this button here, enable. If you want to give some other time, you suppose I have created the quiz today, but I want it to be available only from next Monday, then I can just set the date from which I want it to be available. And then it says close the quiz. Close the quiz. So when do you want to close the quiz not to be available anymore to your students? Okay. So again, I can give another date. Let me give first, click on enable, and then let's say I'll give 24th January, so and so. Okay. So this is my starting date and this is my closing date of the quiz. So within this time, that is 23rd January, 11:36 and 24th January, 11:36, this quiz will be available to the students. Anytime they can attempt the quiz. Then you can see the third thing here is the time limit. So the time limit, again, we can enable. Okay. Now, this is the first two are about the availability of the quiz. When the quiz link for the quiz will be available. Okay. But how much time the student will get to attempt the quiz, that you can set out here. So suppose I want that the students will finish the quiz in 10 minutes. So between 23rd January and 24th January, whatever time is there, the students can attempt the quiz any time. But once they open the quiz, they have to finish it within 10 minutes. So this time limit gives the amount of time within which the student has to finish. So once he or she starts the quiz, he or she will have to finish it within 10 minutes. And then the last one here, when time expires. So what happens when 10 minutes is over? What happens suppose the student has not submitted, then what happens? So we have these options here. We can do this. That is, open attempts are submitted automatically. This is the one which normally we keep on. Okay. So that means if the student has not clicked on the submit button, then also whatever he or she has attempted will be submitted automatically when 10 minutes is over. Then the other option is there is a grace period when open attempts can be submitted, but no more questions answered. So if suppose you give 1 minute extra, then within which the student will click on the submit button, but the student cannot answer any more questions. And then the third one is the most strictest one, that is attempts must be submitted before time expires. So if the student has not clicked on the submit button, then the answers will be lost. So the most default one, this is by default, it is already selected. That is, open attempts are submitted automatically. So we keep to that. We don't make any change. Now here you can see along with this, you can see there is this question mark out here. Okay, there is this question mark. The moment if you click on this question mark, it is like a help. So it will tell you what this particular option is about. Like here, I clicked on the question mark for open the quiz. It shows that students can only start the attempts after the open time and they must complete before the time close. So it is like a help. So what this particular option is about, it is going to tell you if you click on this help. Okay. So that is about timing, opening the quiz, closing the quiz, and the time limit. Next, we have the grade. Okay, so the grade. Now, because it's a test, there will be marks involved. So what is the pass mark? First one, grade category, there's nothing. There's only one category. We don't have any categories. So we keep it uncategorized. We keep it at the default. Okay, then grade to pass. What is the pass mark? So suppose I have a 100 mark quiz. So I say 30 is the pass mark. So I give grade to pass is 30. Okay, then attempts allowed. So how many attempts do you want to allow the students to take the quiz? Because the quiz will be available from 23rd, 11:36 to 24th, 11:36. So within that time, how many times do you want the student to attempt it? Now, if you want to be a little strict, then you can give one. That means only one time the student will be able to attempt the quiz. Or you can change any number of times here. Okay. Or if you give unlimited, that means the student can attempt the quiz as many number of times as he or she gets it everything correct. Okay, so I will keep it at one attempt. Now, what happens if I give more than one attempt? Let me just say, suppose I give 3 attempts. Okay, so when I give 3 attempts, okay, now for all 3 attempts, the students may get different marks, may score differently. Okay, so maybe say in the first attempt, the student has scored 70, second attempt, the student has got 75, and in the third attempt, the student has got 72. So in that case, what will be the grading? What will be the marks received by the student? So for that, we can set it using this grading method. So these are the options: highest grade, so 75, 70, 75, and 72. So 75 will be taken. Or the second is average. So average of these 3 attempts. Or maybe first attempt, whatever the person has scored in the first attempt, or whatever he or she has scored in the last attempt. So if multiple attempts are allowed, you can select which grade is to be considered. I will keep it at 1 attempt. Okay, so in that case, there is no question of multiple marks. So that is grade. Now in the quiz, these 2 are the most important thing: timing and grade. The rest, actually, you see lots of things are there, but you can just I'll just go through 1 or 2 of these, but the others you can just keep it at the minimum, that is the default. Okay, so let's see layout. Layout is basically how you want the quiz to show. You want a new page for every question, or how many questions do you want to see in the first page, or how many questions you want in the second page? So that kind of a thing. So give all questions in 1 page. I will give this. Give all questions in 1 page. Okay, all questions will come in 1 page. Layout. Okay, then question behavior. Shuffle. Do you want to shuffle the questions? Okay. Then how questions behave. That is, do you want to give the feedback, okay, immediately, or do you want to give it later after the student has completed the quiz? So again, let's keep it to the default, which is deferred feedback. Means only after the student has completed the quiz, he or she will get the score. Okay, so that is question behavior. Then others are not so important, so we will keep them. We'll keep them at the minimum. We'll keep them at the default, that is. Okay, so let's go back and see what we did. We created a quiz. We have created a quiz. We have given a name. I did not write any description. Then we gave the timing, from which time to which time the quiz will be available, how much time for every attempt. Okay, what happens when the time expires? Okay, then grade. Okay, how much is the pass? What is the pass mark? How many times the students will be allowed to attempt the question, the quiz? Okay, and that's it. So let us now say save and return to course. So we have created the quiz. Save and return to course. Did I leave something out? Okay. My quiz default marks is 10. I have given 10, so it was. So let me give. Okay, 3 is my pass mark. Okay, I can change it. This can be changed later on. So save and return to course. So you can see in the course you have quiz test 1 opens at this time, closes at this time. So the quiz is created, but for a quiz, for a test, it is like now what we have done so far is like deciding that, okay, on this date, I want to take a quiz. Okay, and this is how I want to take the quiz. But I have not made the question paper yet. So the next step would be to create the questions and add them to the quiz. So far, creating the quiz, am I clear? Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
let us now go to the next step, that is creating the questions, creating the question paper. So now I have 2 options. Okay, when as teachers, we may be teaching the same topic maybe or the same course across different classes, different sections. Sometimes we have different sections. Okay, so suppose I'm teaching the same topic in 2 different sections. I don't want to create the same questions again and again, right? Or maybe I'm teaching it for the last 3 years. So I have already have some questions from before. So I'd like to use them. So instead of having to type all these questions again and again, what we can do is we can create a question bank. We can create a collection of questions, a question bank, from where, whenever we want, we can add the questions to our quiz. Okay, so the next step that I'll show is creating the question bank. Okay, so for that, I'm back in the course. This is my course, and on top you will find all these course settings, participants, grades, reports, and then more. Okay, click on this more, and the first thing that you see is question bank. All right, so I have question bank out here. So on the top of your course, you'll find these options, and then there is more, and then there is question bank. So let me create a question bank first. Then I'll add the questions to the quiz. Okay, so click on question bank. So once you click on the question bank, this is what you'll get. Okay, question bank, category, okay. Okay, all these you keep it at the default, no need to make any changes. All right, so you can see this button at the end, at the bottom, create a new question. Create a new question. So what we will do is we will create a question, we'll click here and create a question. And this question will be added to our question bank. So the moment I clicked on this, add a new question, you can see choose a question type. So you can see all these different types of questions are available. That is multiple choice, true or false, matching, short answer, numerical, essay, calculated multi-choice. So many are there. So many different ones are there here. So it is up to you which type of questions you would like to put in the quiz. Now, most of these are going to be automatically evaluated. That means when you create the question, you will also specify that this is the correct answer. So the system will do the evaluation for you. Okay. So, but then there are some, like say essay. Essay is like a long question type of thing. That is where you might want the student to upload a file or to type in some text. Now, it is not possible to grade this automatically. So this has to be evaluated manually. Others, most of the others can be evaluated automatically by the system. Okay, so let us start with, let's look at few. You don't have time to explore all the types. Let us see the most commonly used ones. Multiple choice. We'll see true and false. we'll see matching, and then one more type which is different, that is drag and drop. Okay, we'll see these 4. So let's start with the first question I will use is a multiple choice question. So I'll select multiple choice, click on add. So I have selected, I'm adding the question. So I'm adding the first question I'm adding to the question bank is a multiple choice question. So this is the screen for the question. So we have to give a name of the question. Okay, so this is just for the system to identify. So let me put Q1, question 1. Okay, this is not very informative. You can give a different name if you want. Now comes the text of the question. So this is a multiple choice question. So let me give the question text. So let me say that, okay, let me question be, which of the following is an input device? Okay, this is the question text. All right. And then default mark, it is a 1. So if you want to give more marks, you can change it here. So I'll keep it at 1. Okay. General feedback. Feedback is something that we tell the students after the student has attempted, whether it is correct or it is not correct, or some general feedback. I'll leave it empty for now. Again, most of it, you can keep it to the default. Okay. So I will only talk about the ones which you need to change. So ID number also, it is not compulsory. So we'll keep it empty. 1 or multiple answers. So in multiple choice also, sometimes we may have 2 of the answers may be correct. Okay. Or 3 of the answers may be correct. Okay. So what type? Is there 1 answer or multiple answers from the choices? So you can see the option is there's 1 answer only or multiple answers are allowed. So I'll keep it as 1 answer only. So out of, say, I give 4 choices, only 1 will be correct. If I select the other one, then more than 1 may be correct. Then number the choices. How do I want to give the choices? A, B, C, capital A, capital B, 1, 2, 3. It's up to you how you want them to be shown. Okay. So, or if you don't want any numbering, also fine. No numbering given. Whatever numbering you want, keep it. Okay. And then here, this one I forgot to mention. Shuffle the choices. So it will not be exactly, it may not be exactly in the order in which you have given. The choices will be shuffled. Okay. Then let's come below here, scroll down. And then we have answer. Now we have to give the answers. So as you can see, first choice. Here I'm going to give it's a multiple choice. So I can give as many number of choices as I want. Let's skip to 4. So my question was, which of the following is an input device? So let me give some devices. Keyboard. Okay. I'll come back to this. Monitor. CPU. And the 4th choice, let me give what? Memory. Okay. Now, out of these options, 4 options, 1 is correct and the others are incorrect. So how do we specify which one is correct? So here I have with the keyboard option, with the first choice, I have given keyboard. This is the correct answer. So I say, what is the grade? 100%. So if somebody gives keyboard, then it is absolutely correct. Okay. And then with this, you can give a feedback that suppose somebody has selected keyboard, then what is the feedback you would like to give? Say, this is correct. Okay. Or something like this. Then monitor, this is not the correct answer. So grade is none. Feedback you can give here also, you can give feedback. This is incorrect or something like this. Okay. Usually we would like to give a little bit more descriptive feedback which will give a little bit more information. Okay, then choice 3 also I had given CPU. This is also not correct. So grade is none. You can give the feedback again. Memory also, grade is none. So it is not correct. So you can give more choices also. As you can see, you have choice 5. You can add more choices. If you want to give some more choices, you can add here. Okay. So that's it. We have created our multiple choice question. So this is the question. This is the question. Which one is important here? Question number. You have to give a name of the question. Then the question text. What is the marks? How much marks for this question? And then you specify what are the options and which one is correct. If it is correct, the grade is 100%. If it is not correct, none. Now, suppose I had given that 2 choices, multiple are correct. Suppose I had said that I can have more than 1 correct answer. So in that case, what we can do is, suppose I want choice 1 is also correct and choice 2 is also correct. So in that case, I can give this as 50% or any percentage, whichever is okay with me. So I'll give this as 50% and this one as also 50%. Okay. So in that case, if somebody enters only, selects only one of the correct answer, he or she will get 0.5 out of 1. And if they select both, then they get full marks. Okay. So here, since I've given only 1, I will keep it at this. So I hope it's clear, this multiple options and how to give the correct answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go ahead now and save this. Save changes. Others will again keep it at the default. It's not so important. So you can see there in my question bank, now I have one question Q1. Okay, I have one Q1. If I want to make any changes, I will just go to edit question. And there again, I'm back here. If I want to make any changes, I will be able to do so. I'll be able to do so here, make whatever changes I want. So save changes. I go back to the question bank. So this is the first question. Now, let's try another type of question. Create a new question, add another question. This time, let me use true and false. True and false is again similar to multiple choice only, but it has your only 2 options. So add. True and false I've selected and clicked on add. Let me give here Q2. Let me give the question text. Okay, let me give a very, very simple thing here. So this is the statement. Again, marks is 1. I don't want to give any general feedback. So what is the correct answer? Here I have only true or false. I have only 2 options. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is false. Correct answer is false. This answer to this question would be false. So I have said correct answer is false. So if somebody gives true, then what is the feedback I would like to give? And if somebody say, and here, okay, this is correct. All right. So I have this, save changes. So again, I'm back in this Genomio site puts in a lot of advertisements because after all, it's free. So a lot of advertisements will come. So I have to remove those. So I have here Q1, Q2. Q2 is my true and false question. Okay. So I have in my question bank, now I have 2 questions, Q1 and Q2, 1 multiple choice, 1 true and false. Again, let me add a third type. Let me put matching. Matching is basically match the following. Okay, so add. Okay, so same thing, same here, Q3. And I'll just put here, match the following to the correct answers. Okay. So again, what is the default mark? Mark is, say, 1. Let me give some more marks here, 4 marks. Okay. Again, feedback, shuffle. So these are the choices. So in match the following, I have something on the left-hand side, something on the right-hand side, right? So I have to match the left-hand side to the right-hand side. So here in the question, I put what is on the left-hand side. So let me say, put monitor, answer is output device. Okay, then second one, correct answer. Second one, I'll put keyboard, input device. Okay, then let's say mouse, input device. So like this, I can put the options and I can give what is the correct answer, right? So here question is monitor, answer is input device or output device. Then here keyboard and input device and so on. So again, save changes, rest, we will keep it as it is. So there you can see, you have Q3. Q3 is there. This is the third question. Now, if you want to preview is you want to see how it looks like. Okay, so you can just click on this edit. Next to this edit, you can see a small thing here. So if you click on this, you'll get an option, preview. So click on preview. So this is how it will look like. This is how it will look like, match the correct. So keyboard, what is the 3 options are there? Which one would it be? You will select from here. So this is the mouse is again input. This is output. So like this, you can even preview your questions before you put it in your quiz. Okay, so let me close the preview. So here I have now 3 questions in my question bank. Again, one last type of question, let me add. Create a new question. Drag and drop into text. So drag and drop is basically like fill in the blanks. Okay, so I give a paragraph maybe, or I give a 2-3 lines. Some words are missing. And then below I give some options. And then I allow the user or the student to just bring the correct one and fill it in the gap. So drag and drop into text. So let's say add. Okay, so same, give a question number, Q4, let me say. Now here you have to little bit, there is a thing. There's a way in which this question has to be framed. Okay, so suppose I want to write my question text, I'll give it out here. Okay, so let me say I will give it like this. Say, the computer is an electronic device. Okay, so I want that electronic to be blank. Okay, so when I want it to be blank, I will put this, the square bracket, 1. Again, close square bracket, close square bracket. This is the format you have to remember. This is important. So when you write the question, this is what I want to be blank. Okay, so I will put within 2 square brackets, I'll put a 1. Okay, so let me write it like this: device which, again, I want something else here. I want another blank here. So I give square bracket 2, and then close the 2 square brackets, which does something, say, let's say, processes data and gives, say, output. Okay, so this is my question. The computer is a dash device which dash data and gives dash. That should how it will look like. And to indicate where the dashes will be, I will put these square brackets. Okay, and then I put a 1 and a 2 and a 3. So this will tell me which answer to match. Actually, this 1, 2, and 3 will tell me which answer I'm going to match. Okay, so this is my question. I'll move down here. I'll give a feed marks of 3. Okay, 3 marks, 3 answers are there. So 3 marks. So here I have choice 1. So what is the answer for the choice 1? I have 3 like this, 1, 2, and 3. So I'll give 3 answers out here. So let's say here my first answer for this is a electronic. Okay, then I have let's say I have what is the second one? Processes data and gives output. Okay, these are my 3 answers. This is the correct answer for 1. This is the correct answer for 2. This is the correct answer for 3. Now, if you want to give only these possible options and you don't want to confuse the student with extra answers, it's okay. You can just save changes. That's it. Okay. But if you want to give some more choices to the student and then you want to confuse them, okay, so in that case, you can give some more out here. It need not match with anything. But the student will have to think a little bit which one would be the correct. Then you can see something here called group A. So sometimes we might want to group the answers separately. Okay, like say, for example, we want to say that the use from these words or use from another set of words. So I might need some kind of a grouping here. So for that, you can put them in one group. Say this 2 will be in one group, A. This one, I want to put it in another group, so I can select B. Okay. And if you want that word to be used more than once, you can click here, unlimited. Okay. Suppose I want electronic to appear in more than one option, then I can use unlimited. So let's keep it as limited only, one-time use only. Okay. So here I have these options. Let's click on Save Changes. So there I have 4 questions. Again, I can preview this. Let me see how it looks like. Preview. So this is how it's going to look like. This is a blank, this is blank. So the student will have to drag and put it here. Again, process, drag and put it here. Output, drag and put it here. So this is your drag and drop type of question. So now my question bank is filled with 4 questions. You can add as many questions as you want of the different types. You can put essay type, you can put short answer type, any type you want. Okay. Now the thing is that we have to now our quiz question bank is ready. Now let us go back to the quiz. Okay, so here on the side you can see I have test 1. I go back to the quiz. Okay, so when I go to the quiz, you'll see the quiz does not have any questions. So I'm going to add the question. So click on Add Questions. So click on Add Questions. So here I have. Okay. So now what I can do, I can add individually. Like I said, in a quiz, you can add questions directly, or you can add questions first to a question bank, and then you can add it from the question bank. So if you don't want to take it from the question bank, you can add it, you want to add it directly here. So you can say like this, click on add, and then add a new question. So it will take you to the same interface that you had while adding a question to the question bank. Same like this. Okay. So we don't want to create a new question. We just want to add it from the question bank. So click on add from question bank. So click on this. So there you can see these are the questions. So which questions I want, I will just select from here, whichever question I want. So I want all 4 to appear. Okay. So I have selected these questions. I have clicked on this checkbox. You can click on this and see also what that quiz is, what that thing is. Okay. Okay, let me just add it again here. Which one did I add? Let me just delete this and add it again. So from question bank. So I want all these questions to be added. So add selected questions. So you can see these are the questions. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need one more question because total marks I have said maximum grade is 10. So total marks is coming to 9. So you can add one more question. I will just keep it at this. Okay. So now click on save. So my quiz is ready. Test 1, which is a quiz with 4 questions like this. This is how it will be shown. Okay. So your quiz is ready. Now let us go back to the quiz. So as you can see, question is there. It is test 1. This is the quiz. And preview the quiz. So when I want to preview the quiz, then for my thing, it's giving me this warning that you will have to finish it within 10 minutes. Timer will start and you cannot pause this. So if I start the attempt, so you can see out here. So this is the first question. This is the second question. You can see the timer out here. The clock is ticking. All right. So let me attempt. Okay, I'll put this one. Let me make a mistake here. Okay, then here. Okay, let me give this options then. Okay, false, finish attempt. So it's telling me that I still have time. So return to attempt. Do I want to return to attempt? Okay, there you can see. This is what I have given. Okay, but because I have already, I can clear my choices. I can select something else. Okay, finish attempt. It's because of this one I cannot see. Yeah. So there, until and unless I click on this submit button, I can go back and preview, or I can review my answers. Okay, but once I click on submit, then it's done. So I'll click on submit all. So once you submit, you cannot change them. So submit all and finish. So there you can see. So there, the feedback It's telling me how much I have scored. I've got 7 out of 9. Okay. All these statistics, it is showing me how much grade I have got. What is my percentage? This is wrong. So this one is correct. How much I have scored here. Okay. So it's showing all this. So this is the finish the review. In that case, I will just click on finish review. So this is how you will be able to create a quiz. Okay. And how you can give it to your students. So now in your course, already in your course, the students will come and see this screen. My not the dashboard, my courses. Yeah, this one. So the students will be able to see this. I'll remove the edit mode. So the student will be able to see this and then click on this link, give the test. It will be scored automatically and then it will go into their mark book. So for every student, there will be a grade book which will be available. And from this grade book, they can see how much they have scored and so on. So the teachers will also be able to see and the students will also be able to view the score. So this is how we can create a quiz in Moodle. Now, I had only shown you some type of questions. Now, there are so many different types of questions, as you can see. So I leave it to you to explore these various options. So, any questions on this?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, regarding this drag and drop option, is it available on mobile devices? Suppose the students, they don't have any laptop with them in their homes also. So can I set a question on based on this drag and drop option for them?
Yes, you can, because they can if they are using a mobile also, if they are accessing the quiz in the mobile, also they can just use their finger to touch and drag and drop.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so it is available in all types of devices. So
okay,
even in mobile devices they can think. And in fact, I'm not sure, I don't know whether you are aware of this. For Moodle, there is also an app. You also have an app which you can, the students, especially, this is not for the teachers, but for the students, they can access it through a mobile app. So Moodle app is there, so they have to download it and then they can use it in their mobile phones, because all students, it is most of the students, they have mobile phones, whereas having a laptop or desktop is not something very common. So you can use Moodle from, the students can use Moodle from the app also. But for teachers, the features for doing so much of these administrative works, those are not available via the app. So you will have to use the browser only for doing this.
And one more question, ma'am. I just want
Yes.
to be clear. If I want to add my students to my course, is it mandatory for me to set a password for them, or shall they set the password on their own?
No, you can put a default password for everybody. Yeah, then they can change their password. You can make it mandatory for them to change their passwords. Is this shown? Was it shown how to add users?
Did not do hands-on
when
ma'am was giving us the presentation, but somehow I have made some screenshots, but I haven't tried.
Yeah, you can enroll. See, you can enroll users in many ways. Okay, you can make them register on their own.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything. Then, as a teacher, you will not have to do anything. They will register on their own from the website. They'll go to the Moodle website. They will register. So in that case, you can send them a code. Okay, you can enroll the users by sending a code. Okay. And then the students will simply use that code to enroll to your course. So that is one option. Other option is you create the users, you create the usernames for them, and you give the same password, or you don't give any password to them. And then you make it mandatory for them to change the password.
Okay.
First time when they log in, they will have to give a new password. So after that, they will give their own password and everything.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
third option is, of course, you give a different password for them, but that is not a very thing where you can make them change on their own.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Ma'am, it means question bank is must be already there, means in Moodle. So can we get questions from other sources also other than Moodle website?
Yeah, that's a good question. Question bank. You can question bank is mainly used for contents which is already which you have already created in Moodle. So when you say question bank, you will have to create it based on the options which are there. Okay, but you may have a questions in some, you have used some other software and you have made some quiz using that. Okay, so in that case, it is you have something called a content bank. Okay, so content bank will allow you to use content which you have already created elsewhere. Okay, provided it is compatible with the Moodle. It has to be compatible. There is a particular thing. I'm not recalling what was the term, but it has to follow a SCORM, SCORM, SCORM compatible. If your content is SCORM compatible, then it can be, you can use it in Moodle. Okay. But directly in question bank, you may not be able to use it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask, like, consider we are having meaning we are hosting 3 quizzes on our course platform. So is there any way wherein, like, the marks secured for each of the quiz would be totaled, summed up, and finally grading a certificate would be provided, something like that?
Okay. Suppose you have 3 quizzes. Okay, you're talking about the same course, right?
Yes, same course, 3 quizzes.
Yeah, actually, in the grade book that the students get, okay, the grade book that the student gets, there you'll find all the 3. You'll find marks for all the 3 quizzes, and then you'll find a total, a course total.
Okay, so that grade book we have to prepare, or is it coming here by default?
No, it will. You will get it by default. Okay, let me see this one. Okay, I have grades. You can see in the username. You can see on top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is something called grades.
Okay.
So this one. This is my course. Okay. This is my course. Now here because I don't have any students enrolled, so it's not showing anything. But if you look below, you'll see first name, name of the person, email ID, test 1.
Okay,
like this, test 1, test 2, test 3 will come, and then course total will appear.
Okay, fine. Okay.
So you can have a comprehensive picture of all the
how
quizzes.
much they have scored.
In fact, when we're talking about the grade book, you will not only find for all the quizzes, if you give some other assessment, you are using some other assessment, like say assignments and all, whichever you're doing some grading, that also you'll find it in this grade book.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Today's afternoon session also, I have another session in the afternoon. So there also, I'm going to talk about your assignments. So that time we will see how it can appear in the graded assignments can appear here.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Any other questions that you might have? This is actually only until and unless you do it hands-on, no, you will not find much of a thing. all these things needs to be done. Then only you will enjoy. It's not very difficult. I don't think you have found it difficult, because it's the same way how we create quiz even in Google Classroom also. Only thing here is that we can create a quiz question bank and then keep it. And then there are multiple different types of questions that we can give.
Ma'am, do you have any YouTube link for this?
Yeah, I have made some videos of my own also. I put it in my YouTube channel. Let me see what I have. Yeah, this is my.
Okay.
I'll give you. I'll put the link in the thing. Where is the message? Yeah, chat. So this is the link to my YouTube channel. You'll find there a playlist called Moodle. So how to create a quiz, how to create a question bank, and many other topics. I already have this videos on this. So you can take your time slowly and then go through this, follow the steps. You can pause, you can rewind.
Yeah, that will be really great, helpful later, because some of the things, so we have not, like initial stage is not very not done, and so therefore
I understand this. In a course like this, in the online mode, it's a little do a hands-on is best if it is in the offline mode.
Right. Yes.
So any other questions? Actually, the thing is that as long as we keep on trying, I also did not know anything about Moodle. So it's, I just tried, and then I made mistakes, and then I again learned how to do it. Some of the things, in fact, I learned in these courses while taking these courses. So.
Ma'am, one more question, ma'am.
Yes.
What is the meaning of course? And I mean, is it equivalent to the meaning of a classroom in Google Classroom? Like
yes, it is. It is like a classroom. It's equivalent to a classroom in Google Classroom.
Okay, ma'am. And what is the difference between cohort and this course in Moodle? What is the difference? What are the functions, ma'am? Like the primary functions of cohort? Yeah, cohort, because we have it and course.
A cohort and course. Cohort is basically, it's like a group of students, a group of users. So that is a cohort. You create a cohort with your students. So you say you want that the same class the same course can be given to multiple cohorts. That means you have, say, 3 sections. You are teaching a particular topic, and you have 3 groups, 3 sections. So section A can be all the users in section B, all the students in section A can be one cohort, section B can be another cohort, and section C can be another cohort. So that way you are separating out the different groups of users, and at the same time you don't have to have 3 courses. You use the same course, but you use it on different groups of students.
Okay.
That's a cohort.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I have a question in mind. There was a forum called announcement forum, and when you go to the forum, there is an option comes as a search forum. So what do you have to do there, ma'am?
1 second. Let me just go there.
At the very beginning.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. This is basically, this is any course that you create in Moodle. Okay. There is, by default, there is a general section which is made. Okay. A general topic which always comes, which always appears. Okay. The purpose of this general thing is that the other topics that you create, like here I have given quiz, then assignments and discussion forums and H5P, and like this I have made, but then this general is basically like where you give general information about the course. Like suppose you're teaching a particular paper, you'd like to share, let's say the syllabus of that paper. So you put it in this section, in the general section. You want to give some rules and regulations for that the students have to follow for this course, you put it under the general section. Or you want to say something about make some announcements and all that. For that, this forum that you have, this forum announcements, okay, this one here, this is for creating a discussion forum. I will talk about discussion forums in the afternoon session. And here, any announcements like class announcements that we make, that on this such and such date there will be a test, or you have to submit this assignment by this date, or some you have to read this section before coming for class today. So these announcements can be made in this forum. So this is already built. I mean, it's already created by Moodle. This is by default. That's why it's in the general section. In the general topic section, this is here. So this forum, we will look at forums in the afternoon session.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So, ma'am, we are done for the first session.
Yeah, I'm done. I hope the students could get some.
Of course.
Useful out of it.